So, welcome back to another episode. This is episode 4. We're down here in Miami. Now, this race was actually going to be a bit boring. I am talking to you from the future. I wasn't in the best of moods for the recording. I was in a bit of a rush, plus the race was boring. So it turned out to be a kind of a slow episode. Anyways, I hope you'll enjoy. For Sunday, we'll do a longer episode to compensate. This one will be much shorter than the rest, but then again, there was not much to see, as well as I had problems with being energetic, and it just turned out to be a whole shit show. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy, and we'll just jump into the first race. We'll even skip the whole setup part. I gave softs for both the drivers for the sprint, and the setups are pretty decent, I think. I was complaining about something, but it don't matter no more. Let's hop into the sprint race.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Alright, we'll be following Lewis at the start. We need to make up as many positions as we can. Lewis is going for it. Come on. Oh yeah, I forgot to switch to the onboard cam. You guys let me know if you enjoy this kind of setup that we are using the onboard cam. Hamilton has passed Perez. Sainz ahead. Now just Lewis needs to stay ahead of Checo. George is following close behind Perez. I'll let him defend. I'll go down to balance, go down to aggressive with George. Now we need to save the tires, save the fuel. I'll let George deploy if he can get ahead of Checo.
Push and hold, overtake.
Alright, copy that.
I'll tell him to stop
With the car.
attacking.
Copy.
Go down to neutral for Lewis. George has the inside on Checo. Looks like George has beaten Perez. Just keep Perez behind. He won't be able to.
Let's just work on getting that pack back up.
Did I just see Fernando cross into George?
Yeehaw!
What happened with Checo? Checo is pitting. Interesting. Did he touch George? Now the cars are pitting for different tires. We will just hold out. We will hold out. I don't think there's a point of pitting. Yeah, Perez put on the intermediates. The rest of the cars are now pitting. Okay, how far are the pits? You know what? If everybody is doing so, we might also have to do it. Can we hold track position? Can we hold track position? I am a bit afraid that we won't be able to, but I also don't want to risk it. So, okay, we'll go to intermediates. Mode push, mode push. Box for intermediates.
So this lap? Yeah, we're going to go for new Inter.
Yeah, the track is already damp. Looks like everybody's going into the pits.
And pit entry is Slippy.
Quick pit, quick pit, quick pit, come on. We just killed a man. Go Lewis, go Lewis, go Lewis.
All clear on exit.
Now we should be clear on exit.
Looks like we kept our positions. Perez closing in. Still behind George. That's good. Checo's going for the overtake on George. George let Checo pass. Need to get back to position in this DRS straight. I don't want to be stuck behind him. Go George, come on. Did we get the DRS or did Checo get the DRS? Looks like no one did. Now DRS actually might be disabled due to the rain. That's not good. Yeah, the superior Red Bull car just beat us out now. Oh, yeah.
Push and hold, overtake.
Looks like George might be losing his position to Fernando. George is falling down the grid now. Stroll is behind George.
Come on, really?
This isn't looking too good for George. Unlucky for George. I'll go back to balance for Lewis, just in case.
So let's up
He has finished.
post all round, Lewis.
Unlucky for George. Checo had the better car.
Checkered flag now.
Alonso was the better driver with basically the same car, maybe a better car. We don't know that at this point.
So that's checkered flag. That was
Yeah,
P7.
unlucky for George. We were
Nice
in
job.
really, we were in a really great position with 4 and 5. We've dropped down to 4 and 7 now. Unlucky. So it is race day. It's gonna be cloudy here in Miami. Do we want to do a one stop? I don't think so. Looking at the with the one stop, we can hope for a safety car. Lewis is starting 4th in a great position. I want to start with the softs with him. We'll do that with Lewis. We'll do the same with George. Actually, we could attempt a one stop with him to make up those positions lost. You know, yeah, we'll risk it a little bit. We'll do a one stop with a George. We'll see how it goes. Now this might be the safe route, doing the 2 stops. Maybe we're gonna start on the mediums and finish on 2. You know what? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do 2 soft stints. Yeah, okay. This will be the strategy for a George. He'll start on the mediums, finish on 2 softs. Lewis will start on the softs, finish on, and then do a medium and a soft. I want Lewis to be in the top of the grid for as long as he can. I think with the softs, he'll have a chance to battle for maybe 3rd. I haven't seen the effect on cooling yet. This will be the first race with the new parts that basically have destroyed our car cooling. Now, well, we'll see how it goes.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Go, George. Lewis, I mean. You can go for the overtake. We are willing to risk it. Most cars are doing the mediums, so Lewis has to at least try to attempt and pass Carlos Sainz. We'll go on board once again. George following closely behind Perez. Alonso has overtaken Perez. Alonso also on the medium, so this is George's race with these 4. Lewis still trying to stay behind Leclerc. Deploy now out of this corner.
Use the overtake.
Did Lewis get DRS? Hopefully he did. Hopefully he did. No. He didn't. Okay. That's not good. Let's try to close the gap to Charles so we could get the DRS next lap.
So
And Russell has fallen off as well. Yeah, okay. Looks like Lewis is falling off I'll let him go back to neutral.
Push and hold, overtake.
Let him go down to aggressive. Save the tire.
Yeah, we just need to make sure.
Paris
that,
shouldn't be able to
before we
catch
pick
up.
that time.
Just drive clean laps, conserve your tires. Let's push for as long as we can. I need George now to close the gap to Checo so he can get the DRS.
Let's just keep our heads down.
Lewis is battling with Checo. He gave him the go-ahead to deploy. With the hopes that he got the DRS. Looks like he didn't. Checo got the DRS. George has fallen off. We'll go down to balance now. Conserve the tire. Conserve the tire. Checo is wasting his tire on Lewis. Lewis is doing a good job of wasting Paris' time. If Checo could waste his tire battling Lewis, he might be able to overtake him later down the line. We'll conserve later with Lewis. I'm not worried about the fuel at this time. More worried about Checo passing Lewis. We need to do our best with wasting Checo's time. Lewis is putting up a good battle, but I think he might have been passed now by
So head down
Checo.
now.
I don't know how much we can actually charge while battling Checo. But Lewis has done a pretty good job. His tires are in a worse position now. I think this will be the time for Lewis to back down. He's got the inside on him still, but yeah, Checo is in front. We'll go down to balanced. And we will start using
Just keep our
Checo
heads down.
as a little
Hot and temperature
sling
lift and coast.
that we will attempt to steal his DRS from behind and conserve as much as we can. Now Lewis still has to stay behind Checo. That'll be hard. If he could get the DRS, that'd be decent. Looks like he does. We'll go down to harvest, go down to conserve, and go down to conserve. So let's just waste the tire. Let's not worry about anything else. Waste the tire if you can. I think he lost out on DRS. That was my mistake, Lewis. Yep. Looks like he did. Alonso is closing in with the mediums. That's not good. Go back to balanced. Go back
We
to
drop the lift and coast for now. We'll make it up later.
neutral in the next corner. If you could keep Alonso behind, that'd be great. Harvest, harvest, harvest. Go back to neutral. Just keep Alonso behind. Lewis has entered his pit window. We saved a little bit of the tire. We're in a decent position. Alonso might attempt a one-stop once again, as he always does, by the looks of it, but you don't know that yet. Just stay in front of him, Lewis. Stay in front of him. Lewis has entered his optimal pit time. Alonso did overtake Lewis, but his tires are now ruined. He'll have to think about the one-stop. He might not be doing a one-stop at this time. He might have to conserve a little bit with George. Actually, he's in clean air. He doesn't have to worry about it. I want Lewis to just get in front of Alonso this lap. And the next lap we'll pit. If not, we'll be wasting our time. That'd be good if you could. Go, Lewis. Go, Lewis. Go, Lewis. Want to be a bit more aggressive.
Okay, let's go for it.
Understood.
I think Alonso got the DRS though. Yeah, he did. Okay, that wasn't smart on my part. We'll make a Lewis pit in that case. You can pit.
Box, box.
Lewis is the first car to pit. Quick pit, come on, team. 2.9. Not the greatest.
Traffic on the pit exit.
Looks like he might be racing on the exit. Hopefully he's in clean air. No, he won't be. He'll be stuck behind Joe, Ricardo, and Piastri. We'll start conserving a
We just
bit.
need to make sure that,
And we'll follow George. We'll skip ahead. George will be putting this lap. We're in a bad position, I'd say. Stroll is yet to pit. He's in front of us. Lewis is closing in on George. We have two softs. I don't know what Stroll will do. Sainz is on softs. Norris is on softs. Alonso is on mediums behind Lewis. A couple of seconds behind Lewis. Lewis is stuck behind George at this time. They could have let him pass, but I want George pushing. I've conserved a bit of fuel with Lewis, but I'd say we're in a bad position at this time.
we've had
Yellow
a big
flag. There has
crash
been a
here.
crash.
We have debris.
George, okay. Let's see the crash. Joe and Sargent crash. Looks like there is no virtual safety car or safety car. George is battling both of the McLarens. There's been another crash.
I'm
This has
not
been an
quite sure what's happened
uneventful
there.
race. What has happened? Hulkenberg and Norris. They touched. I think that was, or maybe that might have been Piastri. George is pitting this lap.
So we'll
I'm
watch
conserving with
what's
both of the drivers. We'll let Lewis go all out while he's conserving.
Down.
This hasn't been the most interesting race to this point. Lewis is comfortably in 5th. Alonso has pitted to the softs though. So I need Lewis to push as much as he can. I'll actually go down to balance to not let Alonso catch up. George is in the pits. Norris is in the pits. Can we get in front of Lando? 2.6. And we didn't hold up Lando.
clear on exit.
But we got out in front of him. That's good. Lewis will pit this lap to the softs. Lewis is now in the pits. Perez is in the pits. They've made a mistake. 2.5 for Lewis. We'll be racing Perez on exit.
Watch the lines on exit.
Russell can go back to balanced. He can go and be aggressive. 10 laps to go. We have a decent gap to Checo. Checo put in the fastest lap. I've been trying to catch up to him. George is trying to catch up to Stroll. Stroll is on hards. Alonso has worn softs. We could go for Alonso if Lewis can catch up to him. George is trying to overtake Lance. If we could, no, we just need to pass Lance as quick as we can. Just need to pass Lance as quick as we can. He'll be trying to hold us up. Lewis is closing in on Alonso and Perez. I'll let him do his thing.
Just keep the pressure on. You can do this.
Can George overtake Lance? I think he can. I'll let him deploy.
Push and hold it, overtake.
Coming.
George does overtake Lance. That's good. He should be in a good position now to just race until the end. Lewis just overtook Alonso by the looks of it. He's trying to close the gap to Perez. Perez can maybe even lead us to Leclerc. I don't know if we'll be able to. 22 seconds is a big gap, but we have the tire advantage. The last lap has started. it looks like Checo has escaped Lewis. I might have conserved for a bit too long.
So we are low on battery at the
I
moment.
was trying to save up for the last lap, and I think I ruined Lewis's race by doing so. He has a back marker in front of him. He's at 38%. Maybe we can pull something out of our bag, but I really don't think so. The back marker didn't really hold up Checo. I'll deploy as much as we can, but I don't think there's a chance for us anymore. Yep, that'll be 5 and
So we have
7th.
the flag. Okay, Lewis, so that's P5. Very well done, Lewis.
Let's keep pushing.
Decent race.
Go with the strategy.
We are in front of Aston Martin and McLaren, so I am happy about that. So we finished 5th and 7th, as I said. It was a decent race. McLaren got into the points later in the race. Yuki jumped up by 7. Logan dropped down by 5, obviously. Could have done a bit better. Could have beaten Perez. It is what it is now. Ferrari are closing the gap to Red Bull. Well, actually, no, never mind. But Fernando has passed George now. Well, George just has to just drive a bit better. He left some points on the table. And this is the rest of the grid. Joe is doing pretty good. Anyways, that'll be it for today. I'll see you guys on Sunday for a longer episode. We'll do 2 races on Sunday. And we'll try to chug along quickly in this series so we can finish it by the time F1 Manager 2024 comes out. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you guys next time.